Episode 121, Tone, and I'm up and about tonight because, I have some men, Tone, when I get a bit excited about men, like it's 2022, Tone, love is love. And I get some man crushes, like, you know how much I love Razor, don't you, Tassie?
Oh, we know that. Jeez.
Yeah,
God,
I love Stephen Harney. You know. That would be a dilemma. If there's Tone in the bed and Stephen Harney, which way would I turn? I'm not sure.
No, you're skiing.
Hey? No.
You're skiing.
No,
you're skiing if they're in the bed, mate.
I want to make somebody feel special. And it'd be a real dilemma for me, Tone. But I tell you what, there's a person in the quaddie tonight that I think might just win. So tonight we're going to welcome a new member from the Familiar to the quaddie. And I tell you what, Marto, I know you've joined us at Spring Carnival. We'd love to have you back. Taz and Tone are starting to shit me a little bit recently with all their little get-ons, their little behind the scenes, little whatever. So I tell you what, boys, I know how much you get paid for this show.
Love is love.
You'll fall in love with the Familiar. You're going to fall in love with one of our members tonight because I definitely have. And we welcome the great man himself, the Enigma, we call him, because I tell you what, Squirter throws out 3 tips yesterday. They all win. And Tone decides not to go in and just say, "G'day, well done, Squirt."
Yeah, well, unlike you and other members have got all day to do nothing and you've got your phone in your hand 24/7, some of us are out in the outback doing shit, so
really?
I'm sorry, I never got in there, but I know you're Tommy tanking and you've got that hand stuck on there with the super glue and all that, big boy. So
we're mentioning one of the members of the Familiar, Squirter, Simon Pearl, throws out 3 yesterday, 3 from 3.
Well done, Squirter. Yes.
Oh, good on you, Tone.
There it is.
That's it. Well done.
Well done, Tone.
Well done to you, and well done to Taz and everybody else who had, won a fortune yesterday. It's good to hear. It's good to hear, but we aren't all on the phones and that,
Right.
So, I'm a bit behind.
Right.
Yeah, I still think wagon wheels should be 5 cents. That's how far behind I am. So,
Jesus Christ. So you're saying you'd be more comfortable sending a telegram?
Exactly, yes.
Well, there is an app called Telegram now. Bit of Morse code from Tone.
Yes. I do know about Telegram, yes. Telegram app.
No, welcome to the show, mate. 121 is a good number. And we welcome the great man himself. Taz, he was on fire yesterday. Jesus Christ. Tell everybody how you went, Taz, because we're talking about your favourite subject, you.
Sorry, mate. Look. To be fair, I'm sorry. I am sorry that I threw out 5 tips.
Yeah.
Of which 4 won and 1 ran third and paid $3.20 with the drift. So I am sorry. I'm also sorry.
You cost me $1. So I actually made a $1 multi. Lost.
Yeah. I'm also sorry. Okay, that I mentioned no drama privately to the group. 2 days before it even jumped.
It was in the write-up.
So I'm sorry.
I know
you did the write-up. I know that, but I'm sorry. I'm just sorry. I'm sorry that I'm tipping winners. I'm sorry.
Now, the great man himself from Pumpkins, I think we need to retort. Marto, you actually tipped the $1.80 pop in the race that comes second. To Taz is no drama.
Well, so it was a bit longer odds than $1.80 when I tipped it, but Taz just too good there, mate. Might still got a little bit to learn, but Taz, well done, buddy. You found the right form, and it was in the right race to win. Oh, yes, we did get the Quinella there. That was not too bad, but the was it the $9 or $10 Taz tip running first? That boosts the odds in the Quinella, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, look, the first 4 paid overs. The first 4 paid over.
Oh, you won it. Oh, wow.
All you had to do was take 8, 11, 8, 11.
Wednesdays was Pez's day.
Sorry, mate.
No, you're outdone, mate.
Understand.
You're killing me. You know what you do? You bring me in, okay? I'm like a balloon. You blow me up, and then you just stick the needle in me to pop me. That's what you're doing. Just call me the balloon.
Tone, I know you're a very eloquent, well-spoken man. Some people think you're an all-rater like Barack Obama, the way you speak. Or we need a translator.
I'm not black. Jeez.
No. Right, I'm not saying you are. Tone, I'm leading into the torpedo. Can you please tell the Familiar what the torpedo is?
The torpedo. The Tone's Torp In the winter months in the UK, I use a very special process to come up with the best roughie of the day that I think, with just different reasons. And but I recommend using, the Bet365 Extra for whatever you want. It could be 4 places, there could be 7 or 8, 10 places, depending on how many horses are in the field, and that depends on as well whether you'll get a fifth for the place, a fifth or a quarter. It depends, but it's all there. I don't know about Ladbrokes and what the other, the other corporates are offering. You guys
Doesn't
know
that chop
that.
your odds out that time? Doesn't that chop your odds out a bit though, mate?
Yeah, it does. Yeah, but on the real big price ones, Marto, like unfortunately the Torp wasn't prison break the other night, because that ran 4th at 34 skins.
Yeah, well, yeah.
But when you tipped it was about 9s. It got a massive blow, didn't it?
It took a big bath.
Was it the blow? Yeah.
Yeah, Taz. Yeah. I don't know what happened there. I don't know when that blow came into effect or what.
Yeah.
It was about 9s when I tipped it.
Yeah.
So what you're trying to say is the Torpedo is a roughie, but with Bet365 you can sort of go a couple extra places to
Yeah. But like Marto says, Taz knows as well, it cuts your odds down. But if it's a big price, right, you can choose. It's up to you.
Yeah, fair enough.
Jeez.
Well, I guess if they're 50 to 1, it means they're paying like $10 to place.
$10 a place.
So
right.
then you take it, I don't know, for say first 6, it might bring it down to 20 to 1, but you'll still get $5 a place. That's normally the way it works, something like that. Yeah.
I feel a bit like that Billy Madison movie when Billy thought he threw out a really good answer, and then you're actually more stupid than what you were before it started. So okay.
It's a little bit confusing.
Torpedo, watch out for the Torpedo, because you'll either hit or sink.
Yeah, it blew up in the tube. It didn't.
That's roughies, mate. If you're going to get on a roughie, they're the first or they're last, aren't they?
That's right.
Yeah,
now, last week, Tone, I don't really want you talking too much because we're all sort of, I don't know. But anyway, Kobe Rocks, Tone, what happened?
She's gone in the book.
Who?
Took it for a training run. That was shocking. Absolutely disgraceful. I've had enough of what's named King. Rachel, she's finished. She's gone. Everything
I was really worried when they he's a hot shot, the stablemate. They backed it from 25s into 550. I'm like, I don't think Kobe is getting in front of he's a hot shot. I honestly thought whatever happens, Kobe's not going to beat he's a hot shot today. Because if you're on at 25 skins, of course you've got an each way bet. It ran 3rd, he's a hot shot. So there's no way Kobe's going to run past he's a hot shot. And they're a punting stable, the Kiwi Swede, Bjorny Baker. They punt. So I didn't like it, Tone, when the stablemate was back in that much. Marto, do you agree?
I have to agree, yes. 100%.
Yep. Now, Marto and the great man Pez, our dreams were dashed because obviously Luna Flair, she pulled up still lame and she couldn't run around. But I'll tell you what, that the first starter from Mr. Poison, Jesus Christ, what a horse that could turn out to be. Chrissy Waller's got another one. What's it called?
Soul Comb or something, wasn't it? Something like that.
Soul, yeah, wow. Did that make him look secondhand?
Oh, bloody oath.
And that could have ran in the Caulfield Cup too, but he held it back. So they must be thinking bigger things. It's actually favourite for the Melbourne Cup next year at 570, if anyone's worried.
Well, Pezza, looking at the Melbourne Cup for next year, we've already got 2 runners that are probably in the top 3 favourites. Because that what was it, White Marlin or whatever, the grey thing. The grey, the week before. I mean, geez, how good does it look? It's undefeated, and it just sort of, just made them look second rate over 2,800.
Yep.
And then you got this thing that just comes over and just goes bang.
Yeah.
So that's 2 of them.
Yeah.
Both very lightly raced.
Yep.
They're going to be, as long as they hold up injury wise and stuff.
Yep.
We're going to be looking at some good horses next year.
Pizza threw out one in the mail. I thought I'd team up with Marto into Electric Girl because Marto was pretty keen. unfortunately, mine got the job done. Mardo, we're a bit stiff, weren't we? We're a bit stiff in yours because it was set up for the what was it? What was the horse that won it?
More Seek. No,
it's a stupid name.
Yeah, I don't know. The one that won
he's a shocker ran second, didn't it?
No. It was She's a Belter or something like that. Or
She's a Belter, the Perth horse. The Perth horse down the bottom.
Yeah,
with Pikey on it.
I thought that it's an Electric Miss. I thought she ran a better race in the Invitation, and that was probably her grand final. And another one of the cases where this is an afterthought for her because she didn't win the Invitation. And this is another race they tried to put her in to get that win, and she just seemed a little bit flat. Just didn't get there in the end.
Yeah, it was honest. She was honest as days long.
Well, it was. I reckon they set it up for the bloody stablemate that was back from 50s into 25s.
Yeah, I think you're right, Tony.
Just beat it home. It was coming home hard.
Yeah.
More secrets, wasn't it?
Yeah, no, it wasn't coming home. It was sort of there, Tony. It was right there all the time, all the way. So it was a good run. It was tough because she hung on. She really did hang on.
Yeah.
And Electric, whatever girl, didn't get past her. You're right there. Lara Migo, Taz, what's going on? You're fucking shit.
Yeah, no, I just keep apologising. Yeah, I keep apologising. But look, Jimmy Orman, he had it going. It jumped. It led. It looked like it was travelling well, and then probably in the last 50, it just folded.
So you reckon Wednesday might be Tassie's tantalisers or something? It might be Pezza Picky gone.
Look, I wouldn't say that because my short ones on the day did win that I put up in the post as well. So I mean, I can't look. To be fair, Pezza, not every horse I tip wins. Okay, I do have some losses.
No,
they're very rare. They're very rare.
I know.
In Japanese, don't we say mezurashi? Very rare.
Yeah, I know, but
very rare.
It does happen.
And very mezurashi for Tez to admit it.
Well, do you want me to start putting up the trials and stuff that I'm watching, so the material that I'm getting?
Yeah, mate.
And I've said, I've said this.
You're the Brent Zaraffa of racing.com on this show. It's like you can do it all.
And I'll tell you something as well. Let me just say something as well.
Oh, don't.
I did give you guys the opportunity to enrol in the Taz tipping school. Okay, none of you have taken it up. So it's all right. When you're ready, let me know and I'll show you.
Mardo.
So for now, let's
how much does that sting us?
I don't know. Yeah,
no, it depends. I can do a monthly subscription. I can do a
daily.
Daily. No, daily. I can't do that.
Hey, Pezza, you just need to blow Taz's screen up a little bit more. His head cuff.
Yeah, even in the like not portrait mode, it seems very large. Anyway, let's get into it, Mardo. The meat and two veg. Let's go. The end of the spring carnival. What do you got for us, mate?
Righto. This one, Democracy Manifest.
I like the name.
Pull that screen up.
Great name.
There she is. Democracy Manifest.
Imagine that tone coming down. Democracy Manifest. No ting tong to get off the tongue, is it?
She's still an emergency. She was second emergency, one scratching already. There's a possible 2, maybe 3 others that come out of here. I'm really hoping that Waihaha Falls gets into the Hunter in the following race.
Yes.
But Waihaha Falls does need 4 scratchings there. I think there's probably 5 or 6 possibles that need either a wet track or they've just torn the wrong gate. So hopefully if Waihaha Falls goes into the Hunter, then I think Democracy Manifest is going to come into about $5. And a very, very good bet after last time they crawled around and she absolutely flew late to run second to Cotta Healy. I think you'll say it, with J-Max right in the same race. However, we're getting a couple of kilos weight relief on this. There was only 2 kilo different last run. And we're getting 4 or 4.5 kilos this time. And I think Democracy Manifest down that Newcastle straight running home is just going to pick them off from the back or probably from the midfield run, actually.
And Tone can see a problem, Mardo.
Tone can see a problem. What's the problem?
Oh, yeah, you can.
Tommy Berry. He started last week with 2 massive wins. How can you be against him?
He won the Oaks as well. He won the Oaks.
Bloody oath.
Yeah, no, he's on fire, but he's in my black book because he's in there with
Chris Wallace is popping him up, mate. Right. Running the Chris Wallace in with the lightweight.
All right, so Mardo, Democracy gets a run, we're in.
Yeah,
I think like it a lot. But you know what I like more than the tip, Marto?
What's that?
What I like more than the tip?
Who would have thought, Tone, that Taz has come over the top saying he likes it, so it's all about him?
I do. No, I do like it, but I want to know. No, because I like the name of the other horse, the way you said that one, that's going to run in the other race. What's it called?
Waihaha Falls.
That's the one. It sounds like you're laughing. Do you know what I mean? What's it called?
Waihaha Falls. I think
that's it.
He'll be laughing if he gets into the Hunter. I think it's a very, very good chance. But no,
I think it's only 5 skins in the Hunter, and it's 330 favourite in this, and it runs in this or something. So it's very
yeah, well, it's actually come into 270 now for this race.
Jesus Christ! Tony's money's on.
I've worked out this tip already. I've done a bit of Taz work on this.
Oh, no, I don't think we got time for the Taz work, mate.
It's coming out of barrier 8.
Oh, shit, here we go.
And its first 3 runs in at up to 8. 8, 8. It's coming out of barrier 18. There's another 8, 3 8s, 24. 3 8s I wouldn't mind on a blackjack table, on a
blackjack
Caribbean stud table.
Right.
Caribbean stud.
Right.
Yeah.
That's number 18. 1-8, certain luck.
Anyway,
absolutely.
If she gets a run, I think she's a red hot chance. I reckon
Mardo's wearing the silks. I think Mardo's got the silks on, the green. I like it.
Tonight, there's a couple. Did you see the couple in Adelaide that wear the colours of the silks of the horses when they own horses? Yeah. And they come out and they had one that won last week. They were wearing the blue and white. I can't remember the name, but they wear, whenever their horse runs, they wear the silks. So the husband and wife wear a suit and dress, and they change through the course of the day. It's incredible.
Are they Japanese?
No, they're not. No, they're not. But oh geez, I can't remember the name of the horse they own. But anyway, if you're ever looking at South Australian racing, it's incredible when this couple were there.
Okay.
Right.
Sorry.
Jeez, thank Jesus Christ. Well, that's probably worse than fucking your comment about the torpedo.
What comment?
Torpedo. Nobody understands anything about that.
That's because you're an absolute.
Oh, there's a couple there that do this, do that, and you don't even know what they are. So,
God, you're an absolute fucking trendsetter. You are. Talk about the Toad of Toad Hall. Can we get on with the show? I'd like to get to bed at some time tonight for work tomorrow.
Oh, are you tired, Tony?
Are you tired, Tony?
He makes me tired, Taz. He makes me tired because he's like a broken sewerage pipe.
I'm the voice of the familiar because I don't understand what Taz was trying to say either. And then I don't know.
He's like a broken sewerage
Anyway,
pipe.
Taz, what do you got?
I have gone to Newcastle because that's where the premium racing is in New South Wales. And I've waited until the last race. Okay. And I've taken Notions. Now, Notions has got a really good second up record. It's actually 2 from 2. Oh. Now, it handles all sorts of tracks. Yep. I did like its first up run. Its first up run, it was behind that Waterford and also behind Global Ospreid. Now, I think Global Ospreid runs in an earlier race, big chance. Barrier 13, one might think it's a problem, but with Timmy Clark, it probably gets to the front or near enough. And it'll get a bit of cover because of Syndicato. And the only thing I will say is that there are 2 horses in here that create a lot of interest. One is the overseas horse that comes down for its first Australian start. And I think Waller's got it, and it's called Adjourn. Very, very interesting horse. Interesting to see how it goes. Hopefully 1600 is not going to suit it. And the other one is a Kiwi horse, and I'm actually quite surprised because its name is Tony B. And it comes over. There's a little bit of talk about it. I don't think that it's going to be ready second up.
Have I got the right race here? Is it race 10?
Yeah, race 10.
Right, because I thought there was a race. I thought there was a horse in that race that Tony
B. Tony B's in that race.
Yeah.
Now, the thing is, both those 2 horses have drawn off the track. I just think that it's all about timing and winning. And I think Notions is time to win is this week, whereas those other 2 that I've just mentioned, they'll probably win a race further down the track. So get on Notions, good price, good barrier, good jockey. That's all.
I think
I like it. I think Adjourn wants 2,000, so 16 is going to be too sharp. I think you're right with Notions. Syndicato gets it a card across. Tommy Berry and Tim Clark will just bring those gates and go to the lead.
I think democracy manifests into notion sounds very much like Tony, like articulate, academic, I don't know, intelligent. I think that's a great little double. Notions in the democracy manner, just got tone written all over it.
Yeah. For the well, I like for the Quinella there too. I like notions and I like commanding in the Quinella. With that long Newcastle straight, he's just going to be picking them off as well and screaming home late. He'll get close.
Another one. A good race. It is a good race, I think, anyway.
Now, here we go. Now, look at this. We got the great man, Lukey Mullen. Here he is.
The new star. Star is born here.
Oh, here we go. We got the great man himself, Ando. There's Ando. We love Ando, Tone. Tone, you should know these people. Who's that, Tone?
That's the captain.
Yeah, the captain. Yes. Very good. The captain. There's your favourite.
Jeffrey Damon, isn't it?
Jeffrey Dahmer, yeah, there we go. The chieftain, we had the chieftain.
Yeah, the chieftain.
Had a good run.
Geronimo.
I got some mail on the chieftain.
Oh yeah,
yeah. The chieftain's actually come out and said maybe we should take a break because the chieftain, you know, she gave us 3 good weeks and out she went.
I think she's.
But there's a few of us that probably need to be put out in the sidelines too.
I think
absolutely
very opinion. I think there should be like muting on the bounty. Really take the quaddy over themselves.
No, she's
and
probably
then Lukey
right.
came back for 1 week and he won. The great man, but I tell you what. And then the chieftain came back, but look at this. Oh, Ashy boy.
Look at that.
What do we call him? The judge?
The judge,
solicitor, the lawyer, the manager. What are we calling him?
Whatever you call him, mate, he looks like he knows what he's going to be talking about anyway.
I reckon
he's straight out of bloody what's name out of Las Vegas in the 60s. We'll call him the enforcer. There we go.
The enforcer.
The enforcer.
Oh, I like the solicitor.
The solicitor, yes.
He could be. All I can say is he looks extremely impressive. Nice shirt, nice tie.
I said, can you give us your
worst? Groomed.
I said, can you give us your worst photo? Like, you know, you're riding a flamingo, having a stubby or whatever. And he goes, Ez, this is it. So that's how good he goes. This is his worst photo, his most embarrassing.
And he doesn't look like he's in a classy establishment. Just a, you know, sort of a bum sort of a joint. It doesn't look like it's anything classy there, does it? Look at nice glass of
he's actually
wine there. He's probably polished off.
He's in the members at Flemington, so well done.
Yeah, well, there you go.
There we go, big swingers.
Ashy boy, here he is, Ashy. Are you ready? He talks.
Let's go.
Good talker.
Good day, Pelty Familiar. It's Ash here. Excited to be part of the quaddy this week, especially because it's in my backyard at Cranny Racecourse. So I've got the 3rd leg, race 8.
He had me at Cranny Racehorse.
He had me when he said it's his backyard.
Yeah.
And I think I found a winner for you here. So my selections are 8, 6, 4, and 1. Starting off with 8 is Midwest. Made the frame 9 of 11 starts. Last start crossed to lead and was just too good. Comes back 100 meters to 1,000. And as long as the ride doesn't get willowed, should be right.
Doesn't.
Number 2
doesn't get willowed. That's perfect.
Using the terminology.
Beautiful.
And the second selection, number 6, is a step. Good ground, goes well on all going, 1,000 meters.
Yep.
5 starts ago was on the fence for a touch too long and just missed Midwest, the favourite in the race. So if it gets a better run, might actually sort of pull an upset and go over the top of Midwest. Number 4 is a danger. Did us proud in Dubai and wanted to trial back. So I think, you know, it could sort of spring up at a decent price. And probably my roughie of them all is 1 Shamino. Win and track and distance.
Nice, man.
And last start did beat Kemal Passer, although it was giving it an 8 kilo weight advantage.
I think Ashy's my man. He's tipped Will Clarkin's horse here too. Went over to Dubai. So, Jesus Christ, he's all right.
Pezzer, I'm starting to see why you've grown this attachment to him.
Yes.
Already so quickly. Ash, be careful, mate.
Yeah, be careful,
Pezzer doesn't just love. Pezzer also lusts and stalks.
Yes, yes. And remember, Ash, Stalking is not a crime. It's just a crime of passion.
So there's my selection. So 864.
But the best thing about it, boys, I'm so excited. I've actually played his video before his leg of the race. So anyway, I'm so excited because he's just going to give it to someone in the group and he doesn't even know.
Oh, goodness. Oh.
One. I do have probably a best of the day in race 9.
A best of the day, Marto.
Best of the day.
Best of the day.
Doomben, number 5.
Race 9, Doomben.
Number 5.
It's basically a fast horse, runs time, and has won 5 of 7. So it's currently $4.80. I reckon it should be the favourite. Jump on, and hopefully we all have a collect. Thanks all.
Poison.
Wow.
Orbison.
Wow.
This lot of
Wow,
guys
he's found one.
Wow.
Goodness me.
He's done a bit of homework.
He's done all the homework. He's got the quaddie locked and loaded.
Yeah.
Don't worry about that. He's got all of my ghosts and tones, and he's also found his best of the day, race 9 in Doomben. Spoiler alert, I wonder who's tipping in that race.
Oh, spoiler alert. I wonder. You're right. I wonder.
It's great to have mates like you pricks, you know. Who needs any-
What?
because you're all poisonous.
No,
Oh, no, hang
he
on a
sent
minute.
the video through. I don't know what he's going to say, Tone.
No, but you're just sprinkling the poison on top.
Oh.
You like to add that little bit extra on there. I'm leaving Marto out of this one.
Oh,
And I've got to half leave Taz out because he's a lunar flare patriot of mine.
oh.
Yes,
right.
yes. Thanks,
So
Tone.
Tez has
Thank
put
you.
the poison on. Like,
Yeah.
there we go.
Anyway, Tone, you got 2, 4, 7, 9 in the first leg. Let's try to get us away with a winner, big boy. You've been the wanker for quite a long time, but now you're in
Well,
the
the
first
thing
leg. All the
is,
pressure's
no,
on.
No offense to Ash, but like these tracks, country racing on weekends and tracks that are like a North Korean highway, I'm not really into it. The horses that are out there, half of them should be in 10s. Anyway, there we go. So we've got, what have I gone to? Victory
4.
Bay, Luke Nolan, one last start, 420. Failer. Oh, King. Yeah, that also won last start. Coming out of barrier 6. $6. There we go. Got to throw in the favourite. I've thrown in the favourite, haven't I? Brayden Star, Damien Oliver in the saddle. But I'm not a big fan of Damien Oliver, but you know, like, I don't know, $3.90. Got to throw in the favourite. And of course, I think the da in the wood pile. Come on, Eileen. Get this one. Come on, Eileen will win this for sure. Absolutely. It's the old eyebrows.
I love Matty Kamani's eyebrows. He gives me
One
those
of the worst.
ash tingles.
And one of the worst jockeys running around is Geordie Childs. I've got, you know,
Love
I've
Geordie.
got no trust in him at all. But at 23 skins, I think there's going to be a roughie, and I think it's going to come early in the day like the first leg.
Tone,
Come
you've
on,
just
Eileen.
spoke for 3.5 minutes, and well done.
There you go. They're my
Taz.
tips. What do you want?
Lovely.
You got half the field
Lovely.
here, mate.
Yeah, I have. There's 10 in it, and I've taken 5. So I've got the 2, 6, 7, 9, and I've thrown the 11 in. So look, Just Folk been racing really consistently.
Yep.
It's put up 3
Taz,
seconds. Its last.
Speed it
start.
up because you never win the leg anyway, mate. I don't think it matters.
No, sorry, I got Zaki last week. But anyway, so yes, we've got Just Folk. I think hoof on the till. Uncle Brink comes back from Sydney.
Yep.
Interestingly, it did have a little freshen up. Went to Sydney. It really finished that race off. And then I read in the stewards report, it actually also got trodden on. So probably deserved to finish a lot closer. So it's
Shout
still
out
been
to
a
Uncle
nice
Brink.
race.
Love you, Brinny.
Absolutely. Ironclad, really liked the Adelaide horse. Ex-overseas horse, and Clarkin really rates this. He reckons it's one of his best horses in his stable.
In the stable, yeah. Most talented, he said. He's his most talented horse. And he's got a few.
Its first up run was sensational, but I did read an article where he was a bit sceptical on the barrier draw and he's not sure whether to go forward or back, but I'm throwing that in. Taking Price his favourite because it's a favourite and I'm taking it, and I'm not going to leave Pricey out because he's had a pretty good spring. this thing, they did take it there and it had a little bit of a look at the track. So that's what you normally do with greyhounds when you want them to win.
This has been fast.
And Belplaisir, whilst I said Tomato maybe last week or the week before can't win, I think it finds its race, comes back from Sydney, Adelaide horse, Willow on it. It won't get willowed. It will be a Willow win. That's it.
You're not happy with no effort after the freshen up, and if there's any leaders bias that me and Marto think there might be at Cranbourne, you don't think it's going to get a soft lead in front and be too strong at the end?
No, I don't, but I will cop shit from you if that happens, because I know how much you love no effort. So I will cop it.
Tony, your favourite horse is in here too, Sosie Bond.
Yep.
Oh,
there's a few in
I'm
this.
pleased this is Taz's race because I've got a few ghosts in here.
Oh,
and Sosie Bond is an absolute no.
What about Lightsaber? There's Marto and Barney.
No, but that's
Barney, yeah.
It's gone. I tell you what, though, if you are going to bet on this race and you're going to add the back end of exotics, I couldn't leave out our Playboy. There's whispers that they're going to ride him a little bit more prominent. Hey, excuse me. There's whispers that are going to ride him a little bit more prominently. Yes, he usually likes a wet track, but he's been going around all right. And as the tracks have been drying out, I don't mind him in the back end of exotics. I don't think he can win, but I'd have him in as third or fourth in your exotics.
Yeah, no, that's Marto, great idea. I might go 365 bet extra up to 7. Then I'll have him in the back end of my exotic because he can finish 7th. All right.
I love it. I love it. A little bit of a backhand.
This is the cup race, so you're going to be having trifectas and first fours on.
I think Tassie's just dropped the torpedo and Tony didn't read it. Perfect. I love it. That's great. Well done, Tassie. Nice little comment.
It's a wide open cup again this year, of course, so anything can happen.
I just want to say,
good field.
I just want to say one thing though, Tone. Taz always talks the longest for his leg, never wins the race.
Get out of it, idiot.
And
I win occasionally.
And then, but we waste like 18 minutes on your leg, and then there's no time for anything else.
Do you know why we waste 18 minutes? Because you like talking about me talking. So you just keep talking.
Ash, how good was Ash? I got a bit excited. He's gone 1, 4, 6, 8, and bog in and don't wait. He reckons Willow might Willow Midwest, but I tell you what, if it runs up to its previous form, it should win this race.
Willow is running well.
Yes, and he's got the He's a Bolter from Dubai, who raced amazingly well over there and picked up a shit ton of money.
Yeah.
So well done to He's a Bolter and Will. I don't think the Will Clark and stable's going that well at the moment, but anyway, Ashley, I'm with you. And of course, Shamino for Tone. Jesus Christ, Tone, how long ago? I think you tipped its last winner, which was like 700 and something days ago. So
long time ago. What's the best lay of the days in their ranting? That couldn't run out of sight on a dark night.
Don't get the boys started. Marto and Taz love ranting. Jesus Christ.
The Blue Battler.
I reckon they've got the winner in Midwest, and I think Scissor Step pushes Midwest to the
right. Scissor Step's always there about. It always blooms up and then finds a bit of bad luck. But
we said, mate, if there's going to be some sort of leader bias, those two are going to be up front fighting it out.
Yep. Well done, Ashley. I think you've done well.
Something could pick them off, and he could have that in the other two numbers there, that 1 and the 4.
Now,
that He's a Bolter. Sorry, Pezza, that He's a Bolter. Before it went over to Will Clark, and you know who was trained here by Peter Galagotis or whatever. So it's really, really turned the corner in the last couple of years. So incredible stable change.
Do that with Will. Will picks them up after they've been abused, and does get them going again.
Incredible.
Scissor Step, though, I have backed that probably nearly every start of its career. So, except last time it won first up. But hate the horse, but love the trainer. Anyway, Pez is the wanker. I don't think I've been the wanker too many times because I'm so good at the quaddie.
Right.
I don't move. I'm like a rock.
You go pretty quick when you wank anyway, don't you? I mean, it's like you only last.
Wow, I will be tonight after I'm seeing Ashley in the red Lacoste.
I'm talking about in the position of wanking, being the last one.
Right.
Normally you're there 1 week, you get it wrong and you move.
That's right. That's what I'm trying to say.
I didn't mean the sexual innuendo.
I've gone 3 different types. I'm doing a tone here. I've done I've done the form, done the homework, I've done the tone, so I'm going to try to explain it like easy to understand. I picked the best horse in the race, which is Aaron Bay. Aaron Bay beat Cardinal Gem last start. Now, if Cardinal Gem was in this race, it would be about 85 cents. So that's, if Aaron Bay comes back in any way or form, nothing's going to get near the 2. Yep. Now, I've actually gone Caesar, because Caesar again is first up, and it's the second classiest horse in the race, I believe, in my opinion. So Caesar, tone rules like Caesar. That's good enough for me. I've gone to Adelaide for Taz, the Chocky Wheel, Kong. Taz has got a love-hate relationship with this horse, and
I have.
It's been running with a lot of love recently, as in it's really putting in effort. So Kong's in there at 20 skins, and I've thrown one down the bottom. My favourite horse ever was its mum in Black Caviar. Now, Merlin's Charm is the form of the race with Invincible Caviar. Merlin's Charm ran today and came second, a good second, around 370. That was good enough for me to put the leader of the race, if it gets a run. It needs another 3, Mardo, to come out. And I reckon it might get it because it is Thursday and Saturday is a little bit away. So I reckon I've got the best horse in the race. I think I've got the second classiest horse in the race that are first up. And if they're good enough, they're going to brain them. If not, we've got the fit horse in the race in Kong, which runs around every week and tries really hard. And then
who rides it, Pezza? And who rides it?
The bottom, Invincible Caviar, who's progressive, and you never know, Mardo. She could just put it all together and just brain them out in front.
She could. It's a big test for her, but back to Kong, Ryan Bellflower, he's brought a special jockey over from Adelaide to ride Kong.
Campbell's come over to ride it, so he's given up a good day of rides.
Yeah,
so,
that's right. He's given up a Saturday in Adelaide to come and ride in Cranbourne.
Yep, and he's averaging 2 winners sort of the last 3 Saturdays, so he's given up money to come over here to ride Kong. So well done.
And it's not as if he's coming over here to ride in foreign territory, so he would know the track as well.
Yes,
because he would have ridden there and done track work there and all that sort of stuff. So it's a pretty smart move. They rate the horse.
Yeah.
They brought a jockey over with it.
Well, the thing is, Aaron Bay and Caesar and all these are all first up. So, Kong's fit. Geez, who would have thought that we talked too long? Wow. Anyway, welcome back. And it's amazing that the quaddie takes up so much of this show. And I had a couple of mates, a bit of feedback from the press and all these sort of things. They like it when we just talk shit about shit. And then they said, you spend too much time talking on the quaddie. But every week we're like, geez, I reckon the 6, and then we come out the weekend, we got 5 in it and we can't pick our nose. It's very frustrating.
Yeah.
But anyway, Mardo, thanks, mate, for trying to straighten us up anyway. But anyway, let's get back into it.
We don't want too straight, though. It's a fun little show, isn't it?
Oh. So anyway, I reckon Tones, what would you give, Mardo, frame the market for Tone? 2,479 in the first leg. What do you think? What chance are we?
2,479. I don't know that I could leave out Volton, to be honest.
Oh, shit. Okay.
I definitely have 2, 4, and 7.
Oh, good. And then, Taz has got like half the deal because
hang on. Is Mardo rating us all? Sorry,
yes,
I thought we were all having.
No.
I thought we were all.
No.
Sorry, I thought we were all going to have a go at each other. Sorry.
Had your 30 minutes.
Sorry. Yeah, no, that's all right. I'll give you 28. Just make sure he has 28.
I don't want to just said you had your 30 minutes. That's great.
Come on, hurry up. Give the guy.
Mardo, what would you frame his market at to get this leg?
Yeah, I don't know that I really rate Ironclad in this one. I'd probably put in our Playboy just as a maybe, but I think the 2 and the 6 are very strong in this leg.
Ooh. And then the great man Ash, he's got 1, 4, 6, and 8. What do you think about the great man in the Lacoste Red?
I could probably take out the 1 in the 8 and just go 4, 6, 1, 2 out.
Wow.
Oh,
I think he's got the winner there, that's for sure.
Wow, really? There you go.
A race between the Scissor Step and Midwest.
Wow. And what about the biggest wanker here? Pezza.
2, 6, 9, 18. I really can't have Invincible Caviar. I think she's under the odds. I think this is a big test. I'm not
Do
sure.
you think it's all the Black Caviar fans like me that are just?
I just think she needs more time, mate. She's got the right sort of track. She needs a dry track and she needs a better route to move around in. But I can't go past Bellinger in this one.
Okay. All right.
I do like Aaron Bay. I think Aaron Bay is at the right odds, and Aaron Bay should be favourite for this race, but I'd have Bellinger.
Yeah, I think Aaron Bay, if it comes back in anywhere near form. I know Stokesy doesn't like them to win when they're favourites, but
no, he doesn't. But the problem with Bellinger,
likes to get the money.
He's 2 from 2 of this track, but if there is that leader bias, he's going to have a lot of work to do from the back with Bellinger.
Right. Yeah.
If they are able to run on, then I'd probably put him in. But I think Aaron Bay is strong.
Thanks, mate. That was great. That sort of made it.
I'm trying to keep it quick.
Easy to understand.
No. What I loved about that, if I can just say something, he talked about the Caviar horse and said it needs a wet track. Is that right, Marto?
No, I didn't. I said it needs a dry track. That's what
it needs. A dry track. So sorry. So it's going to get a dry track.
I just think this field's a little bit too strong for her.
All right. The only reason I'm asking because the Playboy horse needs a wet track, but you're happy to tip it on a dry track. Yet this one needs a dry track, gets a dry track, and you're not going to tip it.
Yes, but I think she's a little bit outclassed. Invincible Caviar. Okay. Whereas our Playboy has one on a dry track. Obviously needs a wet track to produce its best, but I can't leave our Playboy out just in case.
Right.
That's fair enough. I'm never going to stick up for Pezza again, but that's okay.
Were you sticking up for that?
Well, it was your tip, the Caviar one, not mine.
Invincible Caviar.
Jeez, I'm coming in the bat for you, mate.
But he did wrap Aaron Bay. He did say Aaron Bay would be hard to beat. I agree.
Jeez, Wes.
No, I did say Aaron Bay's the best horse.
No, I know you did.
Yes.
You know,
do you want to say it all again? Yeah.
Cardinal Gem is one of our favourite horses, mate. So, you know.
Went to Sydney, though, didn't it?
Yeah, well, it ran all right. Wasn't bad.
Stradbroke horse, isn't it? Stradbroke horse.
Absolutely. Yeah, agree. So anyway, but let's get, without any further ado, Ash is back.
Best.
Ash is back with Tone. No spoiler alerts, Tone, but what are you doing, big boy?
I know what he hasn't gone in the same race. What?
Newman, race 9, number 12. Release the jizz, Tone. What do you got? Release the beans.
Yes. Well, this was picked out before Ash, so we could get the Quinella here, but last start it was an absolute shock.
Yes,
Taz, Tone.
Yes,
Marto, look at this. I've even made a new slide.
Hey, look at
this. Have a look at this.
I want to see this one.
Wait. Tone v Ash, a match made in Polty. Taz chime in and poison. And me and Marto will just sit back and eat the popcorn and watch. Now, Ashy loves the 5 Orbison. He thinks it should be the favourite, and it's won 5 from 7. He reckons it's a very, very, very fast horse. Tone?
Tell us about the beans.
Well, who knows? It's got, what's the name? Yeah, Cahill's riding it,
No, Tone, we want your take. Ash has already told us why Orbison's going to win.
Yeah.
Tell us why the beans beats it.
What's name pulled it up last start? It was a horrendous. It was just a bloody. It was track work. Orman was on it, and he totally stuffed it. He should have been suspended for 3 months if I was in charge of the stewards.
Same bloke.
Jimmy Orman
released the beans this week.
Yes, that's right. So he's got a chance to atone this week, Marto.
Atone.
Win on this.
Tone, you've just
He
dropped
can win on this.
It's a chance to atone.
That's right.
Oh,
Tommy Tanker.
Okay.
Now you're dropping your name in.
11 skins. He's got like I said, he's got the chance to set the record straight this
11
week. 11
skins at 16, big boy.
It's $11 here.
No, 16 skins, mate.
That's your bookmaker's price, Tone, because you've already put the money on, isn't it?
You've already put the money on.
From 16s into 11s.
I tell you what, Taz, it's his last chance. He goes in the book. If he's not successful on this on Saturday, he's in the book.
I tell you what, I think you're a bit harsh there, Tone. I
Oh.
don't think Norman butchered the ride and released the beans. Last time he tipped it, I did watch it. I think it just peaked on its run a bit early and needed that run first up.
Oh,
so maybe it's right second up. Maybe you two are going to run the Quinella home.
Well,
At least the beans just peaked on its run early. I don't think it was.
There's another one. There's another one in this race.
No, here he comes. I've got it down in the bottom corner.
Oh,
Tone, I've got it in the bottom corner.
Have you put it down?
Chime in.
Mind you, its second up form released the beans. It's been pretty good. Second up.
Well,
but now Ronnie Roundup is about to destroy me. And Ash, it is.
I would never.
Taz doesn't know what Roundup is because his grass is made of concrete.
That's right.
He's a smart man to have concrete down. I tell you that now.
What are you going to poison?
Look, no, I looked at this race.
Oh, did
you? I did. I looked at it really hard, and I nearly made my tip in this race. I nearly made it. Aaron T. Second up.
So we've got the trifecta here, right?
I nearly did. And then when Tone sent his through, it made it so much easier for me because I was looking at a couple of horses and Aaron T was the one that I was leaning towards. And then when Tone threw his tip in, I'm like, Ripper, I don't have to decide.
I think there's an innocent party in this, and that's Ash. So I reckon he's not poisoning. He's not trying to Tommy Tank.
No.
He's not trying to do anything.
No.
He doesn't know anybody's tips.
I reckon there's a couple of roundups in here, and it's not Ash.
Mate, this horse that Ash has tipped, seriously, it was off the scene for 12 months. It came back, had 2 starts, was placed one, tucked away again. It trialled. It then came back first up one. It beat Gollins. What is it, Shamaton or whatever?
Seriously, Ashley, you love you, mate.
It's a great horse. The Beans, there's nothing wrong with what Tone's saying. Exactly the same thing. Second up form is impeccable.
All right.
My only concern is looking for 1400.
Now, Mardo's a really good
circumstance yet again, and Pez loves it because he's the most poisonous person I've ever come across. But he always poisons my horses.
Oh, Mardo make an assessment.
No, Mardo said we've got the trifecta.
Quinella.
Boys.
Yes, the trifecta here. Why not?
Yep. But in which order?
Renti, release the beans, box them up. There's your trifecta.
But can we get it in an order though, please? That's the thing.
I couldn't give it an order.
Come on, Mardo. We've got you here for the spring. Give us an order.
If I'm going to put it in order, I'd be putting 5 and 7,
7, 12.
second, and release the beans to run in third. I'm going to tell you why. I think Release the Beans needs a good forward track to be winning. If it dries out, hey, box the 3 of them. But I'll put that. I'd have 5 and 7 running first and second, and Release the Beans in the third place.
Wow.
There we go.
Sorry, Tone.
Pezza, what about you? What about you, Pezza?
No, mate. I wouldn't poison anyone's tips or anything.
Oh, no.
Just throw me out of the bus.
Like that.
Come on, mate. If I've given an opinion, you've got to drop something in, Pezza.
Come on, Pez, drop something in.
Number 9.
Tell us you like the Enterprise
Bob.
Here we go. Here we go.
Oh, geez, it goes.
Yeah.
It goes well.
It does.
And
Finishes
it's
hard.
drawn perfectly too. But don't worry about that. We've got the winners 5, 7, and 12. That's great. Get your trifectas on now.
And Enterprise Pom, we've just thrown out the first 4.
What's Mardo?
Get on.
Mardo, give us one more because you know I love boxing 5.
Oh, bloody hell. I haven't looked at this race. What do we got? What's
that should not stop you. There are other blokes that don't look at races.
All right, there it goes. You've just cleared me into it because you said that shouldn't stop you. I'm going to say don't stop. They'll top you.
Oh, there we go.
There
we go.
Throw it in for 4th.
So we got
good on you, Ashley. Thanks, mate. That was you've just created a lot of content for us. I love it. A match made in Posty.
12. There's your top 4.
There we go. And great. Pez has gone back over the west. I just want to talk about West Australian racing before I get in my tip, Tone. Tone, as you know, you're all over the marketing of certain race clubs in certain states, and we all think Sydney are the best at marketing. Is that right, Tone?
Sydney
are the best at marketing.
Absolutely.
But there could be a new dog on the scene or a new kid on the block. Step by step, that might take a few people back. Western Australia got a great idea, and it's called the Pinnacles. And we all know the Pinnacles are those famous rocks in WA. So for the next 5 weeks, it's the first time in history in the world, Tony, that there's going to be a Group 1 race ran, and it's going to be worth more than $1.5 million. So Melbourne's never done it. Sydney's never done it. The world has never done it. Western Australia are the first to do it with the Pinnacles. What a great idea and a great concept.
There you go.
You've got crickets here, but yeah, obviously the Western Australian government is investing a little bit into the racing industry to get a little bit of people over there as well. So we've had a good spring carnival here. We've had Sydney going great. Why not get over there to the west when the weather gets a little bit better? It's perfect time to get over there.
Cascadian might be on the plane too, Tone.
Ooh.
Oh.
But they've had to do something. Look, they lost their premier jockey over there, Willie Pike, who came over to the east to ride through the winter and the spring, while everything was locked down with COVID. The problem is there's no real big jockeys over there once Pike is left. And racing over there has gone a little bit, I don't know, blasé.
I think there's really good jockeys over there. Chrissy Parnham. Yeah. I think if Chris Parnham was in Sydney or Melbourne,
who's the hyphenator? Johnson.
Parker. Yeah. What about Nucky?
They got a really good apprentice too. The young kid in he's got an Italian name. I can't think of his name now. But anyway, I think Carberry's a bit of a money job. He's on My Bella May. He said, if I could ride any horse in the race, this would be it. Admittedly, it's a jockey saying I'm on the winner. This horse has actually brained him first up, absolutely killed him. Ears pricked, had no idea, 1 by 6. The next start, again, killed him. I know Taz is trying to poison him for the prawns. Ran a massive race, but missed the jump, blah, blah, blah. But My Bella May, it's never been touched. It's never been hit. It's green as all grass. It runs with its head up. It runs with its head on the side. It runs at perpendicular angles because it's got no idea because it's so talented. And, of course, this is in a listed race. We all want black type. It's worth $1 million, this race. So everyone wants to win. She's up in class. She's progressive as fuck. I've backed her first 2 starts. She's given me 5 skins. I'm on. I can't believe I'm getting 480. I'm not scared of any horse in the race because I think we're on the best. So there you go. Race 8, My Bella May.
Pezza, do you reckon she'll come in? Like, do you reckon the money will go?
Definitely. They'll back the Paris and and yours will be back too. Prawn now is about 11 skins. I reckon it'll probably
don't say it's mine. It's not mine because I remember last week when you tipped it. No, you said you were the one that made mention of it. And you said, oh, fuck the prawns because My Bella May is going to do it.
The prawns is a hot pot. So I can't believe that My Bella wasn't favourite either.
Yeah.
But it ended up being favourite. It ended up jumping at 220 last week. So get on My Bella May. She's a good horse. She'll give you a look. She's mental. So it doesn't matter where she jumps because she's got speed and, she'll be in it for a long way. So pretty good race. I think it's called what's it called? The Planket? Or the
Arc Stakes.
The Arc Stakes. There we go. Beautiful. Thanks, Butter. 6 in the 16s in the 480. Who knows? We might be winning a lot of money. We just never know.
On the first 4. Yeah, absolutely.
I just want to say thanks to Ashy. You're an absolute joy, mate. You're a legend. Love that you're so positive in the messages I've sent you. You're always ready to there. And I just want to say you're a pleasure to deal with, mate. And I hope you're in it for many weeks because, Jesus Christ, how good were you tonight? You're a star. Taz, Marto, Tone, a pleasure as always. Any final thoughts? No, sorry, the Pinnacles. What do you think, WA? How good?
I think it's great for WA racing, to be honest. They
need it's magic.
Because it's WA racing in recent times has sort of been pushed to the side with all the Melbourne races through the spring. And then you've got the Sydney promotion and marketing and just throwing money at it. Yep. To be honest, I think South Australian racing needs to do the same and has needed to do for a long time, at least in WA.
And Marto, one more thing. It moved everything forward. So we're getting these spring horses that are still good.
Well, are they tired though?
But Cascadian, they reckon Cascadian's going to be on the plane for the railway.
If the trainers can get them up for these sort of races, then they're going to be taking them there for it because that's what they want, is prize money.
Yep.
But instead of running the railway in January, you're running it late this year.
That's right. So usually, Perth Cup, it's
that's right.
New Year's Day and the railways the week before Chrissy, and I think it's fantastic that they've moved it up.
Yeah, that's a good idea. It's a great concept.
Well, it gives opportunity to those horses to go over and still be fit rather than go to the paddock
and win a Group 1.
Yeah,
and win some coin.
With the coin,
it gives us spring sort of investors.
It's a little extra. It's like a post-season in football, isn't it?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
I want to come in and defend South Australian racing this week because whilst what you're saying is right, this weekend, most of the races in the South Australian card are worth over $100,000.
That's huge.
So,
huge.
Yes, which is huge for South Australiation racing. So it gives those owners an opportunity as well. So
usually they run around for 30 grand.
Yeah, well, that's what I mean.
They need those at least $500,000 races over there and regularly. They need the Australian government to be kicking money into that.
They do. They definitely do. Before we go, I just wanted to say one thing, and that is that I was a little bit disappointed that the titanium tip was not titanium power.
I have to agree. I thought this was a new rule. That when the titanium power was in, it was a titanium tip, but unfortunately, Tone probably didn't see it.
Probably didn't see it, no.
But it's in Tassie's race too. You could have went against Taz.
I know. And the other thing I'll say is...
I'll be happy with the first 4 and the trifecta and the Quinella and the Exacta, so that's okay. It's all right. That's all coming. Which is perfect. A final thought for Pez. Maybe he already knows this because he's in charge. What AFL side does Ash follow? Is he a Carlton man, a North Melbourne man, or is he a real supporter and a Richmond supporter?
No, Tommy. I don't know Tommy Tanker. I don't know.
He didn't look feral to me.
No,
I don't think he's a Richmond supporter.
So he's obviously not Carlton.
Didn't look Collingwood to me.
No, he didn't look Collingwood. Look, living out at Cranbourne, I reckon he'd either be in Melbourne or
he's got a bit of Hawthorn about him, hasn't he?
Do you reckon?
Oh, we don't like Hawthorn, do we? Dorkhorn. No, he couldn't be Dorkhorn, could he?
He could be North Melbourne because there's a lot of supporters. Lancey Wickham knows, my old mate Lance, his beautiful uncle from Cranbourne who passed away, but he said the best women in the world were from Cranbourne. So good on you, Lancey. We love your uncle. We miss him. And he was a great, staunch North Melbourne supporter. Uncle Wick. So well done, Lancey. I always remember him because he always goes Cranbourne.
Before we go to Pezza, before I go to bed, I just want to say early on in the day at Brisbane is spill the beans, and if you spill the beans, you are then releasing the beans. So Tone, I hope spill the beans wins first. And then I hope that means that the beans have been released. Therefore, you're a winner again.
Can you imagine, Tone, how big the chest will be when releases the beans? Could you imagine
the chest? The chest. What about his back pockets? The guy won't be able to sit. Seriously. Because Tone only deals with cash.
Mart, I'll have to remind you, it's a Saturday.
What does that mean?
Saturday.
I don't know.
Does that mean you're back in the garden?
Saturdays.
I don't know.
Very difficult.
Very difficult.
But you do drink beers on a Saturday?
Yes.
Occasionally. Yeah, sometimes.
And a Tuesday?
Sometimes.
Occasionally.
Wednesday.
And a Monday.
Occasional cold frothy.
No beers yesterday, no beers today, no beers.
No beers yesterday.
I had a beer with you last night, idiot.
He's sober
enough.
No,
forgot that.
That doesn't
you
count.
Forgot.
That's up at the that's up at the front
the supermarket, in front of the supermarket.
So that can't be counted. It's
two hobos in front of the supermarket having a can.
In a stand-up bar environment with all the other quadrupeds.
Marto, thanks for being carnival, mate. We love you, and if you can be a part of it,
good on you, Marto.
Anytime, boys.
If not, you can have a bit of time off if you want, no problem. Tassie, good luck this week. We've got a lot of content this week.
We've got
heaps. Ashy, fair dinkum, I'm going to give you the K-pop hearts here. I love you, mate. I can't believe your best is in race 9 and Doom. And how good are you, brother? How good are you?
This is what Taz does, Ash. He likes to poison always our tips, especially mine.
Yeah.
I never
Tassie's,
put.
you know.
Well, you
I'm
did.
the only guy
Aaron
that goes
Tree,
in and
Aaron Tree.
supports
You've
it.
already poisoned it.
So in other words, what you're telling me is I'm going to win, and the other two aren't. So I've poisoned them. Thank you. I'll be backing that now. Thanks. I'll take the $4
I'm backing
on
them all.
offer.
Tommy Tanker.
Yeah,
I've got
thanks,
them on.
mate.
Yeah.
Cash.
Tony, that's why
Before we go,
that's why I throw out winners. That's why I try to throw out winners in Ascot, because I know none of these muppets will look.
Yeah, because he's such a wet bastard. He's got to go all the way out west there to, do a bit of Tommy tanking and, avoid any conflicts of any kind.
No,
but he does know. That.
I'll tell you one thing, Tone, about that. Where I'm not Tommy tanking in Brisbane or Ipswich. The Pickers, I've been up north for a couple of weeks now. I just hate the racing up there at the moment. I really do. I think the Chocky Wheel in Adelaide, it's sort of incestuous, but you can sort of get a line on it. But I'm with Marto. I hate Brisbane racing at the moment. I think it's just fucking rife. It is on the nose. And it has been for years. But Marto, me and Marto have got ideas about this. We've got ideas about this. We think that there's something really wrong with racing in Queensland in general.
Well, they've got the best police money can buy, so it makes no bloody difference with the racing. You either get on or you stay off. Victoria is they are the worst, most corrupt jockeys on a Saturday that you'll ever find in Australia. And they're not much better in Sydney. They're not much better in Sydney.
No, Marto, we've talked about this, Marto, haven't we? We've talked. But the tracks are horrible, awful.
Yes,
you
right.
can't line form because the next week it's gone. Jockeys will not ride their horses out at all.
They'll hook as well.
They'll loom up and hook, and I've seen it like so many times, Taz. You got a horse that's just momentum's going to get it past, and it doesn't go past, and the horse on the inside fights. You just don't see it. You don't see it that often.
I tell you, a wise man once said to me is, where you think there's the dodgy is where the dodgies aren't being enforced. So we on the outside, this is what someone told me many, many years ago, is we might look at a race and we might think that's been hooked or that's been hooked or whatever. But in reality, that's not where the hooking's happening. The hooking's happening where we think it's an honest race. Right. This is what someone told me. Now, again, I don't buy into that argument, because if I honestly thought it was a corrupt industry or that corrupt, I wouldn't be betting there.
How can Jimmy Orman ride like J-Mac and then the next race just do the most? I guess because maybe I just don't understand. Like J-Mac's going to give you a ride. You got your Huey Bowmans and you got your Nashua Willers, and they're all pop up and they put their heads up. But J-Mac's going to get you in the right position to win. He's going to, and the horse is good enough, you're probably going to be half a chance. But Jimmy Orman's that type of jockey. But he's horrendous. Like,
but maybe that's why he's not riding in the big states yet. And that's where, like, there have been times where Jimmy Orman has been beaten on one, and then he wins on the next one because he's learned from that run. Do you know what I mean? So that happens as well. So sometimes they do get it wrong. It doesn't matter how good they are; they all get them wrong. And I don't know. I just don't buy into the argument of the corruptness in I tell you where it's happening. I tell you where it might.
Queensland racing, that the majority of those races are crooked. And I've got friends that have come from that industry in the stewards box. They refuse to go and work in the stewards box anymore because it's so crooked.
That's okay, but I don't agree with it. I think that if there's where we're looking at corruption, is we're looking at Bow Desert. So, you might have a race on a Saturday or something, and you've got your city meetings, and then you've got your country meetings. You're talking about Victorian corruption. It's not happening at your Caulfields and Sandowns and stuff. It's happening at Kerrang, Terang, Burrumby.
I'm opposite you. I think, you watch Toowoomba, you watch a card at Toowoomba and tell me they don't know who's going to win, or they don't know which jock's going to win, or because you watch the races at Toowoomba and it's just filthy.
It is.
Absolute filth.
There are Toowoomba trainers that are not allowed to race in the city for that exact reason.
Yeah.
Banned for life from city racing.
So I don't know, Taz, you take a close look, mate, and you see horses loom up and they're just flying, and then all of a sudden they don't. And then the favourite on the inside gets up at 270, and this thing at 16s is like done. And in 9 out of 10 races, that horse goes past. So I don't know. I think it's just weird.
I'm not saying that you guys are wrong. I'm just saying I'm not buying into it because I think it's too big an industry.
On the pickers, I've been tipping in Ipswich for the last 3 weeks. Sorry, up until 2 weeks ago, and I can't pick my nose. And the form has been there 100%. And on the day, the jocks and the horse just gets it wrong. And I'm just thinking, how is that even possible? If you've watched this horse for the last 3 starts, it's hoof on the till, it wins next start. It's no problem in the world. And they run like a busted ass. And you just think, geez, maybe the trainer should have put that out instead of keeping it in. But everything lines up to a win, but it doesn't even run well. And you think, how much money have the corps and all that just taken from this horse that's been back from, 5s into 2s? And you just go, I don't get it. It's just not, I don't know. It's just not consistent enough for me. I've given it up. I've given up.
And that's fair. I mean, again, fair enough. As I said,
Yeah.
Anyway, I can't argue with your logic. All I can say is that I don't buy into it.
This is what our mate, the Nippon Cowboy, loves. Just people talking shit about nothing.
Oh, the Nippon Cowboy. Yeah.
What about tomorrow at Moonee Valley?
I've got one. Race 6, number 7, Midnight Charm. Jump on. He's around 3 skins.
Who trains that, Pezar?
I don't know, but she's
who trains it. Of course, you know who trains it.
Really? How do I know?
Who trains it? Because he trains the other superstar that won the Everest.
Right.
It's flying.
Yes, Clayton. What's his name?
Clayton trains it. Yeah, it's
Midnight Charm.
Flying.
It won. It got butchered 2 starts ago.
7 lengths or something. It won, didn't it?
Then it won last start around 5 lengths. Killed him. It's in tomorrow night. Race 6, number 7. Jump on. Yeah. I think Turtle might have a couple of Squirter might have a couple of tips for us tomorrow as well. Good on you, Squirt. We love you. You're on fire at the minute.
It's the Absolutely. First night of Canterbury summer racing as well. We might have a couple late. I'll have a look there.
Good on you, Moto. He's all over Canterbury as well. And thanks to the Enigma. Well done.
The best bet of the day in Melbourne, down in the sticks in Pumpkinville. Definitely my first leg of the quaddie. Get your money on. Come on, Eileen. It's the roughie that gets the quaddie rolling.
All right. As we say, put a line through them or jump on board. Be like Rach or be like Ash. Hooroo. Well done. Put a line through them.
Thanks, guys.
Good on you.